Welcome back. Today I'm on my first really long trip. I've already been on the road for an hour and I still have 270 kilometers to go. Today's trip has two main goals. First goal is to visit mom. It's been far too long. And then the second goal is to figure out what a really long trip feels like. I just got my license 6 months ago and I want to figure out, is 300 kilometers a realistic mileage for a beginner? Or am I going to be sore all day? And there's no way to find that out except for actually doing it. So we're doing it. My god, this is pretty. The keen observer might have seen that I'm using Stegra. Stegra is sort of a route planner for people who like adventurous routes and gravel. Now, we don't have an overabundance of gravel roads in Germany, but we do have curvy roads. And that's what I set Stegra to. And so far it's been really good. It's been taking me on these really nice scenic back routes, and so far no complaints. They're not sponsoring this, but so far I'm very happy with the scenery. I guess I should probably tell you a little bit about my mom since we're visiting her. I don't think she approves of me riding a motorcycle, but which mom does, right? But the most important thing you need to know about my mom is that she really truly cares. Throughout my life, I was always certain that no matter what happens, my mom would have my back and she would do everything in her power to make sure her loved ones are okay. So what we're doing is we're visiting a little fishing village that is close to an island where my mom is. We used to go to that fishing village on vacation when I was younger. So I have many fond memories of that place. But of course, this is the first time I'm going there on a motorcycle. Okay, that road is closed. How fun! Let's have an adventure. I really hope he doesn't send me back to that road closure. Okay, switching over to Apple Maps. Let's go back. This seems to be one of those roads where suddenly a cow or a tractor appears. Who knew all this was out here? Ooh, and you can be so happy that there's no smell-o-vision. Some farmer here dropped fresh cow poop on his fields. It's bordering that line between smell and taste. Whew. A little bit more about mom. She grew up in the 50s. She actually told me funny stories about growing up in post-war Germany. She fell into a bomb crater once. Can you imagine a bomb crater in the middle of a major city, like 10 years after the war had ended? Crazy. Anyway, mom wanted to finish a high school diploma and maybe go to university, but she was told girls don't do that, so she wasn't allowed to. I always got the sense that she was very sad about that. But she ended up being a secretary, and she eventually rose to be the head secretary of a large bank. Until she had me. Mom did an amazing job. She threw these elaborate birthday parties where she had made up and handcrafted games for me and my friends. And I never, not once, came home from school and didn't have a home-cooked warm meal. Quick little update about the trip. I'm actually feeling fine. My back doesn't hurt, my legs don't hurt. The seat could be more comfortable, but it's fine. And energy levels are still great. Almost a Dutch-looking bridge here. We're getting closer. Now, obviously, we also had some issues. Sometimes she would do something where she was convinced that she was doing the right thing, the best thing for me. The only issue was that I, in those instances, disagreed. I remember I had a really bad French teacher at one point, and mom decided after hearing me complain about this person too often Well, I'm going to get an appointment with the principal. God knows how she managed to do that. And the next day she shows up to this appointment with the principal and gives me an earful about this French teacher. This did not endear me to that French teacher, but she wanted to help me. Or another time when I had to stay in the hospital for a while, I gave her my apartment keys with the express intent, just grab me some clothes, don't touch anything else. And she promised, and then proceeded to move every single item in the apartment. She came up with a new way to sort my cutlery. Funny in hindsight, not so funny when you come home and everything has changed. I guess we're going on another adventure. What I'm trying to say is I have an amazing mom who would do everything for me. Almost there. I am so ready for a hot shower. And here we are. This is it. Look at that. I rode my bike to the sea. How cool is that? But first of all, hotel, shower, bed. Let's go. This is the fishing village where I spent the night. They still have active fishing boats. They mostly fish these tiny little prawns, and they're a pain in the ass to peel and to prepare, but they're quite good. And I remember my mom used to buy these like kilo bags of these prawns and sit there on the kitchen table for, I don't know, an hour or two to peel them. And it was a lot of work, but she liked doing it, so she did. And it was really delicious. That's the ferry we're taking today. It will take probably like an hour, 45 minutes to go to the island. And I usually get a little bit seasick. So let's see how this goes. Almost there. So after university, I moved out, and then my mom moved and made a totally new circle of friends and found new hobbies, did lots of vacations, and she was really happy. At some point, she took care of my grandmother because she wasn't happy about how they were treating her at the old people's home. And mom decided, as always the best for her loved ones, that she was going to take care of her herself. So she did that too. Unfortunately, things don't stay good in this world, apparently. And in 2019, she started having shortness of breath and fatigue, all that. And the doctors told her that she would have to have heart surgery, a routine procedure, as they called it. And in February of 2020, I drove her to the hospital. Couldn't actually bring her into her room because there was some virus going on, and the doctors were very careful, obviously. But they said, you can call any day, any time, and we'll take good care of your mother. It's so pretty here. The surgery actually went well. They did what they wanted to do, but mom didn't fully wake up immediately. And they told me that can happen, don't worry. And we spoke on the phone every day until that Sunday at 11:05 a.m. when I got a phone call. And a very tired, very young voice told me he wanted to make sure that somebody had already told me that my mom was dead. And I couldn't believe it. I think there's life before your mom passes and life after. But I'll never be the same. It really is the ultimate loss of innocence when you realize that we all have to go even the person that brought you into this world and always wanted the best for you. And death always sucks. But it particularly sucks when it's too soon. And for most people, it's too soon. It definitely was for my mom. For as long as I can remember, she told me that she wanted her ashes to be buried at sea. And that's what we did. Right here. This is as close as I can get to her now. And I miss her a lot. Let's go home. It got a bit dark, sorry. To lighten the mood a little bit, I actually wanted to fly a drone today. But this is a nature park and you need a permit. Now you can get a permit theoretically, and I applied several times. But I was always told no, in very strict terms. Now you could say, why don't you just fly the drone and hope for the best? Well, dear viewer, the fine for flying a drone here and being caught is 50 grand. So we are not flying a drone today. Back on the mainland, I'm going to grab my bike and then head back home. I can't wait to see my dog. Actually, I hope my gear is still there. I left it in the hotel lobby and they assured me it will be fine. So I hope it will be. If you see me with a new helmet in the next clip or in the next video, it wasn't fine. Nope, all good. It was all still there. So now I'm really ready to go home. All in all, I feel like this was a success. I got to visit Mom, got to tell you a little bit about her, and figured out that long trips aren't that scary. So I think I'm ready to go on longer trips, which is precisely what we're going to do next. See you then.